Disney Training Station, Spring Lantern Festival, and Darth Vader's Castle. How have these sets performed over the last 12 months? G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Another 12-month later video we are doing today, and as I just said in the intro, we are talking about the Disney Training Station, the Spring Lantern Festival, and the Darth Vader's Castle. Did you invest in any of these? Let me know down below. But as always, we are going to talk about each set individually. These sets have been retired for about 12 or so months now. We're going to have a look at how much they originally cost, to how much they are currently worth, and how much money have we made if we did invest in them, and obviously if we did sell them at that average price. This is just average prices. Obviously you could get more, you may get less, it just depends on what you do sell it for at the time. And we're starting off with this set here, Disney Train and Station, set number 71044, 2,925 pieces, and it does have 5 minifigures. Now this set did retail here in Australia for $500, the US was $330, and the UK was £300. Now the first thing we're just going to have a quick look at was just the shelf life. So how long was this set actually out for? We're going over to Brickset. You can see that it was released on September 1st 2019, and it did retire at the end of 2021, meaning it had a shelf life of about 2 years and 4 months, give or take. Obviously it may have retired a little bit earlier in your country, may have retired a little bit later in your country, but about 2 years and 4 months this set was out for. Now we also like to, before we go and have a look at the value, I just like to touch upon the minifigures and a couple of reasons why I think a set would have gone up in value. But the minifigures are definitely a standout in this set. We do have 5 and they are all exclusive. We do have Chip here, who is about a $15 fig, and as you can see, the demand for these sets just on Bricklink numbers are just sitting just there where I've highlighted if you were interested in that. Chip. Then we do have Dale, which is about a $16 fig. And then we come, I'm going to save him, we'll come back to Goofy. Mickey Mouse, we can see he is about a $29 to $30 fig. Minnie Mouse, who's about a $25 fig. And coming back to Goofy, you can see he is about an $81 fig. So he is worth a good chunk of money for this set. But the total value of these figures combined just on the Bricklink average last 6 months sales comes to about $167. So definitely good considering the price of the set was $500. The figures are worth about $167. So definitely it's not the greatest. We have seen sets where the minifigures have actually worth more than what the retail price is before the set is even retired in some circumstances. But the minifigures, especially that Goofy, is definitely a good factor for this set. But what we all come to look at in these videos is how much is it worth and how much have we made if we did invest in it. So onto Bricklink, last 6 months sales. We are sitting at an average 6 months, like the last 6 months sales of $633. So that's the last 6 months total. In February, we can see that the average is sitting at about pretty much $700. January was sitting at about $657. December $669, and then November we're sitting at about $648, as you can see there. So you can definitely see by the numbers from like December, January, and November that it has increased from the last 6 months overall, which means that it is still continuing to grow, which is definitely what we want from an investment standpoint. February we're not going to touch on too much because we are still only halfway through February, but the average of January, December, and November's average sales comes to 668, which compared to the last 6 months, 633, that's obviously more, so that's the number we're going to go off of. But after fees at that 668 average, we're looking at $628 total sold on Bricklink, which comes to a return on investment. This is at retail price as well. If you buy the set at retail, obviously it's more if you bought it at a discount. 25.6% return on investment at $128 profit. That's what we're looking at on Bricklink for this set. And then if we go to eBay, have a squeeze, we can see that there is quite a few sold for a little bit more. You got 810, you got 900. Numbers are all over the shop here. I'll do a quick scroll. I'm not going to touch on really any individually because I have already gone through, added them all up together, brought upon the average, which comes to an average sale price on eBay of $850. And then after those higher eBay fees and postage and all that jazz, $731 is what you'll get in your pocket after you sold it on eBay at that average price, which means the return on investment is 46.2% for $231 profit. So definitely, if you do have this set, you're going to get more for it on eBay. You're going to make more money on eBay at this current point in time. So that is the Disney Train Station, and that has an overall average on how that set is tracking as of February 2023. Next, we do come to the Spring Lantern Festival, set number 80107, 1,793 pieces, and this set did have 8 minifigures, as you can see there. So in Australia, it did retail for $160. This is the US price here, $120, and the UK was £90. Now, the shelf life on this sucker, you can see January of, January of 2021, retired at the end of 2021, so about 12 months essentially. It was out for a year, which seems to be the norm for these, the Chinese, the New Year sets at the current stage. Bricklink minifigures, let's go have a quick gaze at these figs. Now, I'm not going to go into these individually because there is no real standouts. The minifigures are definitely not a giant standout for this set. You can even have a look at the statue, which is definitely kind of the standouty fig, but it's only a $4.40 fig, and I believe that one is actually, yeah, it is the most expensive figure in this set out of all these ones. But the total value of these 8 figures combined comes to $30. So nothing too fancy with this one. Bricklink value, we are looking at the last 6 months, $200, $201. That is an Australian, and obviously the retail price was $160. But you're looking at about $200 to $201 last 6 months. And if we do have a look at the last 3 months, January we're looking at $194, December we're looking at $208, and November we're looking at $195. Again, I've taken the average, all of them together, divided it, got the average, which comes to $205 the last 3 months. So there's not really much difference at all. It hasn't seen much growth over the last few months, unfortunately. But after fees, you're looking at about $190 to $193 on Bricklink, which comes to a return on investment from that retail price at 20.44% return on investment, with a profit of $32.70, give or take. That is the Bricklink numbers, and then we do come to eBay, and we'll have a gaze at the eBay numbers, and you can see these sets are selling for a little bit more on eBay, as they tend to usually do. $236, $250, $220. Then you got your plus postages and some of these down here. Again, I'll have a quick scroll through, but the average of all these sets are $242, which after fees come to $208. Which means that on eBay, you're looking at about a 30% return on investment for a $48 profit. So again, eBay, if you do have this set, that's probably where you want to be selling it if you are selling it online and not, like on Facebook Marketplace or somewhere like that. But you're looking at about 30% return on investment, just given off of the eBay numbers and Bricklink numbers for the Spring Lantern Festival. And the last set we are looking at is the Darth Vader's Castle, set number 75251, 1,060 pieces, and this set did have 6 minifigures, with 2 of them being exclusive. Retail was $180 here in Australia, was $130 in the US, and £120 in the UK. So the shelf life on this one, we're going to have to scroll down here. It was released in December of 2018, and it did retire at the end. You can see that the UK, November, United States, October, but the overall average, it did retire at the end of 2021, which means it was out for pretty much 3 years. Just shy of 3 years it was out for. So definitely a longer shelf life for this one compared to the other 2 sets we have spoken about. The minifigures on this set, as I said, 2 are exclusive, but we will have a quick look at them individually. The Darth Vader Bacta tank, this one is one of the 2 exclusives. He is a $36 figure. We do have the Darth Vader, he appears in a few other sets. He is a $32 fig. We do have the Imperial Transport Pilot. He is the other exclusive figure that is in this set, a $36 figure. The Mouse Droid, which if you really want to class as a minifigure, but that's $1.43. It's just parts. And we do have 2 of the Royal Guards, and they are $10 each, which comes to a total for the minifigures of $127. So considering that the set was retailed for 180 here in Australia and they're selling for 127, that's pretty impressive for the figures. A big driver for the set is definitely the figures and these couple of exclusive figures, which is very, very nice for a set to have. So we're going to take a look at the Bricklink numbers. We do have last 6 months sales, we're looking at $256. Last 3 months, they are pretty much the same. This set really hasn't seen much growth. You can see in January 241, December 245, November 268. So it really hasn't changed. If anything, it's not meeting that last 6 months sales average at the moment. But we'll go off of this number because you can see in February it is starting to creep back up from what it was in January. So $256 after fees, you're looking at $240, which is return on investment of 33.33% for a profit of $60 on Bricklink. eBay, the numbers are there is a bigger difference between this set and eBay and Bricklink than the last two we have had a look at. 350, 420, 360, as you can see. I'll scroll through so you can have a gaze while I'm telling you that the average sale price of all these sets on eBay sold is sitting at $350, which is after fees is $300, and that's including postage and all that jazz as well. So you're looking at about $300 in your profit, in your pocket, after selling this set on eBay, which comes to pretty much double. You're looking at 66.6% return on investment if you sold it on eBay for $120 profit. So again, all of these sets we have seen the return on investment and profit is going to be higher on eBay, which is majority of the time it is the case. Not all the time, but majority of the time it is. So let me know down below, did you invest in any of these sets? The Darth Vader's Castle, the Spring Lantern Festival, and the Disney Train and Station? And let me know, have you sold yours yet? Are you looking to sell yours at this current stage? Or are you going to hold on to it for a little bit longer and hope for a little bit more growth? But just a quick overview, we're looking at Darth Vader's Castle. At the moment, eBay numbers, the highest that you're going to get, obviously between Bricklink and eBay, you're looking at about a 66% return on investment. The Spring Lantern Festival, you're looking at about a 30% return on investment. And the Disney Train and Station, you are looking at about a 46.2 return on investment. Again, they are just overall averages. You could get more, you could get less. We'll see how we go. Leave it another 6 or 12 months. And if you'd like another update on any of these sets, any from the previous videos as well, maybe towards mid-year to end year, I can do that again. But as always, if you did enjoy the video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.